tell the warehouse or tell the labor or tell the construction sites or whoever are messing stuff up, even with computers. They'll mess stuff up because it's just becoming a lazier and lazier society, and that's the reason people are so fat. They got microwaves, they got everything cheap to make it to make you lazy, and so you'll just be happy with eating. Here, just eat food, pay your high rent and your high dollar automobile and your high insurance, and get this minimum wage to keep you in food. And so all these people are eating food, and except the labor force which is out there, and yeah, just it's a fluctuating economy. It's all turning to they're gonna get rid of all these people. I don't know how they're gonna do it. And they're already. I haven't. What would be nice is some honest opinions. Everybody points the finger and says they're doing this and they're doing this, and then they get a finger pointed at them. So it's like going to a court, being on a jury, and both sides are lying, and you got to figure out which one is telling the truth. So you say, well, I don't know. I don't know which one's telling the truth. So that's how this government is. That's how everything is now. You don't know who's telling the truth, and you're getting lied to by everybody, and everybody's lying about everything, and nobody's telling the truth. So we're living in my guess is they're going to either create an economic collapse of some sort. The last one was what? Housing and insurance, and not housing. Well, housing, the housing loans. I don't know. They got freaking cars up to the price of what houses used to be, and they deteriorate in 5 years. And there's no, they got them to the price. There's some guys say, well, I want $50,000 for my pickup. I think it's worth $50,000. If I was to go build this car on my on my own, I could charge $50,000 because it has all this stuff on it. Yeah, that's one vehicle that you built, but now you got stamped steel, stamped this. You're not hand doing anything. It's all, but you're buying Chinese electronics, and you're putting all this electronics in it to run all this stuff, and it's all electronics, and it's all probably Chinese or this, that, or the other. Or people that, people don't care about quality. I mean, somebody somewhere is probably poisoned, probably got a new. Gonna have to check the CDC to see if some sort of leaf vegetable is freaking got salmonella in it now. The water quality is who knows? They keep crapping in the freaking water rivers and all that stuff instead of shipping all the waste products out to a place in the desert, like all the wastewater treatment plants. They ought to ship all that stuff out to the desert. That's another video, so they can reforestate out there, but they won't do that, and that would create they keep raising the levee. They don't dredge the freaking rivers, and they dredged what, the Illinois River or Missouri or Mississippi or something like that during that last drought they had, where they couldn't get barges up the Mississippi. It's someplace, I don't know, it was Arkansas or someplace, where it was getting too low that they were cutting open barges and leaking stuff into the Mississippi. But all these places could have channels for all this flood water, and all this channel water could be diverted. They could put a solar powered pumps or wind. They could have like one wind turbine powering water pumps to pump all that stuff out to say to the desert, or pump it to places with a drought. And not having water systems all over, but they just pump it. I'm saying they could pump it out to the desert, pump the sewage, or train the sewage, or truck the sewage, or not even truck the sewage, but take all that stuff out to the desert instead of pumping it into the water system. And they could use it all for to create a soil base. They could seed it and then plow it under, and then first they plow the sewage under until they get a layer of sewage and sand or whatever. and then they start seeding it, and then they could use all that flood water and the all the water from the sewage. They could have but they don't do anything to upgrade the planet. They stick with 100-year-old, not even technology, 100-year-old methods. Yeah, sick of bitching this morning.